Hey guys, how are you doing today? So today I'm going to do what I do when I don't really want a full face of makeup, but I still want some eyeshadow. I'm going to use the BH Cosmetics Golden Twilight palette. It has some really pretty colors in it. They're not all neutrals, but I'm going to stick to the neutrals today because that's what I kind of want to go for. It's just a natural-ish, not 100% natural, but a neutral-ish color palette. So I know it's weird that I use my concealer as a primer, but it works pretty good. And honestly, I know I have a eyeshadow primer somewhere and I don't know where it is, which is another reason why I use this. Because I'm not doing a full face today, I have to make sure I keep this only on my eyelid. Usually I would go around my entire eye, even underneath. But if I'm not going to do a full face of makeup, I'm not going to want concealer everywhere. Just where the eyeshadow is going to go. That's all we need. Nice and simple, right? All right, where's that fluffy? So I'm just using a fluffy brush to start out with this color down here, because it's just kind of a nice neutral kind of skin toned color to tame back down that bright color we get from using concealer. And I do go all the way up to my brow bone with that color because it's the neutral. It's not a bright, bold color. So it just kind of helps that line under there. One thing I always kind of struggle with, I don't know if you see it, there's a scar right here. And I have to be careful of that scar. I mean, as you see, it really follows the bottom line of my eyebrow. But if I'm not careful, eyeshadows like to settle into that scar. And so that's another reason why I take the neutral skin color all the way up to the eyebrow, is so that if something's going to settle into that scar, it's going to be something that's a natural skin color and not whatever crazy ass color I decided to do today, which of course isn't going to be today, but in general. There's also a scar right here on the top of this eyebrow. I got them at the same time because I rolled a car, and in rolling that car, I took the rearview mirror off with my face, and my glasses tweaked a little and then smashed, and it cut me under this eye and above this eye. So it makes it's actually one of the reasons why my eyebrows never look exactly the same, because this one's had a little bit of the underside cut out and that one's had a little bit of the overside cut out, but I don't actually shape my brows in any way. The way they are is how they are naturally. And I know they're really hard to see because they are so blonde, but that's the deal with those. Just realized I don't think I got all of the makeup off of yesterday. I thought I did before I went to bed, but there's some dark under that eye to get it rid of. There we go. Otherwise, that was going to look really funny. Okay, so next we're going to go into this one right here. So far I'm on the matte colors. There's a little bit of fallout, but it's not too bad. And I shouldn't really be on the fluffy brush still. I should switch to the shader, but that's okay. It won't hurt for this part. So we're actually going to kind of take that across the entire eyelid. I know it's not blended in yet, so don't give me grief. I'm working on it. Just when there's a big amount to do like this, you might as well tackle it all at once. And then I'm going to switch to the blending brush. It still looks a little pink from the red I used yesterday because that was some intensely pigmented red. It looked great, but it kind of tinted my brush a little. I did clean it to make sure I wasn't going to accidentally put red on my eyes again. But those highly pigmented ones sometimes kind of tint your brush for a while. Like I said, there's a little bit of fallout on the palette, but that's not too bad. All right, so see, we're still not crazy. It's still pretty neutral, pretty mellow. Kind of gives, you know, doing that wider out here in the corner gives you that shape like you would if you were doing like a wing and everything, but not in a severe sense. It's just that eyeshadow making that shape for you instead. This side always seems like I've got more going on up here than this side, and I don't know why. I don't know if I truly apply it unevenly, or if it's just the way the shadows are in this room, but I always feel like that eye has a better shape to it than this eye. And then, let's see. Just gonna go over it with this shimmery here on the lid, just to give it a little bit of something fun without being super crazy. Because like I said today, I just want to kind of do a neutral look. Got that a little high right there. Take it back down with that dark. Okay. And we're going to use, what is this? Mascara coloring pencil in the shade Honor. It's just a nice brown, so mostly just to get a little color to my ridiculously blonde lash line. Because if I feel like if I don't at least get a really thin line of something, it doesn't matter how much mascara it is, it still makes it look kind of funny. And so we're not going for a big bold wing or anything. We're just literally getting a little bit of brown into the bottom of those lashes. I've always had kind of crepey eyelids. You know, like, have you ever seen the infomercials for crepey rays? I'm like, can I put it on my eyelids? Because my eyelids have always been that kind of weird crepey skin. And so it makes it hard to do a little line sometimes, which then makes me want to grab the corner of my eye and stretch it like this so that I can get that straighter line. But they say that's not good for your eyes either, and it can make the skin loosen up even more. So that's not a good idea. But it definitely makes a straight line of eyeliner a bit challenging. But see how that's just a little bit down in the root, so it's not super crazy. And this is the Thrive Cosmetics Liquid Lash Extensions. I really need to get some brown mascara for when I do a look like this, but I'll just put on like a not too thick, just enough to make it look like I actually have lashes. Because as great as my lashes may be, they're blonde. They're very blonde. And so without mascara, they just kind of don't show up to the party. And I feel like I kind of failed at making that a thin thing over there, but darn it. Looks like I got a little underneath my eye on the side. Oh, on both sides. Fantastic. I should really just keep my makeup brushes and everything down here when I do this, but there's limited space on this table. Thought I kept the Q-tip I used yesterday to use again, but apparently I did not. I know Q-tips are not really a technical makeup tool, but you know, sometimes they kind of work for things. So it's definitely something I've always kept in my makeup bag. I noticed also that I got just a little bit up here. A little bit of that mascara got up above my brow line. So I just need to kind of buff that out. Then I have to try to get it off my lower lashes. Ouch. Don't poke your eye out with your Q-tip. It's a bad idea. I know this is probably bad for your aging skin at some point too, but you know what? I don't care. I don't look my age anyways. Maybe if I do stuff like that, I'll eventually actually look how old I actually am. Yeah, that'll never happen. I joke, but I mean really. My mom doesn't look her age. My grandma doesn't look her age. I look like them. It's not going to happen. Always going to look younger than I am. And I'm okay with that. A lot of people pay a lot of money to look younger than they are. I can buy it naturally. I am not going to complain about that. All right. Did we get it? Oh, kind of. So, I really don't want to use concealer, but there's still a little on this sponge. I was just going to... Because I am not going to do a full face of makeup today, but I got dark under my eyes from messing with that stupid mascara. There we go. All right. Like I said, I'm not going to actually go full foundation. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use this Wander Beauty Catch the Light highlighter and glowtion. So if you open this here, you get a glowtion. And I really don't know how to explain it other than a lotion with glitter in it. And that just spit all over my tabletop. That's fun. I actually might have to see if I can find this somewhere because I'm almost out. I got it in an Ipsy bag and I absolutely love it for the days where you don't want to go full face makeup. And that's probably going to be way too much. Oh, goodness. This is where I get it. We'll put all that, spread it out down here. I think we'll be okay. So basically, it's just lotion with a shimmer in it. So it's almost like you mixed your lotion and your shimmer powder together. So it gives you just kind of a glow all over your face without having to put on anything, really. Have a makeup wipe sitting over here because I knew I was going to do that and I knew I was going to have to wash it off my hands. And then also on here, on this end here, if you open that smaller cap, you have a highlighter. So you could still do, like, put a little bit here where you normally would. Line up the nose and maybe on the Cupid's bow. And then you can just kind of rub that in so that it's not crazy. To give you just that little extra in the places you would usually highlight. If you really wanted to, you could do a cream blush or something, but I don't. This is literally all I do. Those eyebrows, though, those eyebrows are nuts, right? They're like, who can even see my stupid eyebrows because they're so light? So, oops, that's the wrong one. I almost grabbed the concealer. That would be bad. This is L'Oreal's Unbelievable Brow in the color Blonde. Now, I know it's still blonde, but it's a darker blonde than that. So what I do is I would just follow. I might look a little crazy right now, but don't worry, I'll fix it. Just follow my natural brow, getting this on here. And this is kind of a pomade, I guess. It's kind of waxy. It's not super crazy, but it's kind of waxy. And it just kind of helps with that shape. And in my case, a touch of color. Nothing that's super fantastic and crazy. Not like when I make them purple to match the streak in the front of my hair. But still just slightly more visible and still natural looking. Like I said, I literally just follow my brow shape. This really is my natural brows. Ask my sisters, ask my friends. This has been my brows my entire life. And until recently, like probably the last couple of years, I never even used any kind of product on them. They were just what they are in all their blonde glory. And I never colored them. I never drew them in. I never did anything to them. Because I didn't really need to, other than the fact that they were damn near impossible to see. And so then the last thing we're going to do, I'm not even going to use a full real lipstick. What I'm going to use is this Burt's Bees lip shimmer in the color Watermelon. And I like this stuff because you do get just a little bit of color. And they have a couple different shades. They have some that are more light shimmer and clear shimmer. And I think they might have one or two that's darker. But it's just a nice neutral shade. But it's also Burt's Bees lip balm at the same time. In fact, it has kind of a minty flavor to it. I don't know what's in it. I don't know if it's got... Oh, it's got peppermint in it. That's why. It has peppermint in it. I wasn't sure if it was that or if it was like Melaleuca or something, but it's a nice, especially if your lips are dry and you want a nude color anyways, it's a great way to get that nude color and also moisturize your lips. So that's it. That's I really don't feel like doing my makeup too much, but I still don't want to look like death with no eyebrows and no eyelashes. Look, like I said, just a really quick, simple one. I really should invest in some brown mascara so that I don't have to use the darker mascara to do this, but it still isn't too strong of a look. So there you have it. Bye. That's not turning off.